Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Raw. Your host, Henry Jacobson, here with you, and this program is brought to you by THQ, and we have ourselves a tremendous opening match to begin our show. Very nice of you to come into your home and entertain you, as we are live here in Los Angeles, California, here in the new Staples Center. And coming up next is the man who says that pimpin' ain't easy. I'll tell you one thing, it's not very easy to be a pimp. To hell, it's not even easy to become one anyway. As the Godfather with his entourage is just strutting his stuff down. But there's no doubt about there's no doubt that the man can get some play, if you know what I mean, but then again, I never really was that good looking. I mean, yeah, I was good looking, I was good looking enough to have myself a wife and, have just two beautiful children, one of which is my son to Jew 22. But, as for the Godfather, I mean, the man is a self-proclaimed sex symbol. I mean, then again, I guess you can claim that because, well, then again, he is strutting his stuff. I mean, look at this. But of course, it may not be all fun and games, or maybe it is, I don't know, to him. But we do have the Godfather, not to be confused with Marlon Brando, or anybody like that. And, let me just adjust my glasses here. I am getting old after all. So I give you Mr. Sábado Gigante, Don Francisco, as he and the Godfather are going to be taking each other on for the first time ever. So it's a first time matchup between these two. Alright, match underway. And we begin with a bull rush on to Don Francisco. Now, of course, unless you've been watching Univision, you would know that Don Francisco is the host of Sábado Gigante, which in English means Giant Saturday. And, I mean, that show has been on for quite a long time. I mean, from what I understand, and I could be wrong about this, but he brought the show over, did Don Francisco from Chile, to the United States in Miami, and in fact, the show is being taped in Miami, and he's been, and it's been there ever since 1987, and, but I understand that the show was on long before that. I believe it debuted in 1962. In fact, I'm not, if I remember correctly, I wasn't even born then. I was born, well actually no, I was only 2 years old when that show came out. I was born in 1960, if you can believe that, but I mean, I am 40 years old, so naturally I'm not quite as young as I used to be, but hey, that just goes to show how old I am. Anyway, well, he had an armbar, did Don Francisco, but the Godfather with those huge legs were long enough to reach the ropes and break the hold. But if I remember correctly, I believe this is the first time we've seen Don Francisco in a singles match. And Don Francisco, inverted suplex onto the Godfather. And now he's just going to beat up the Godfather. And then, okay, alright, now what's he doing? Oh my god, he's taking the table down. I mean, we're not even 3 minutes in this match and already they want to go hardcore with each other. Well, and I mean that in the sense of weapons and stuff like that. And a back body drop onto the floor to Don Francisco. And then a headbutt right to the Godfather. But then the Godfather turns it around and throws him into the barricade and delivers a headbutt of his own. And back inside the ring is the Godfather. Oh, and then a huge double axe handle onto Don Francisco. A back body drop onto Don Francisco. And so far the Godfather is kicking so much butt in this ring. Or in the match, I should say. Excuse me, I'm a little excited here. And thrown into the ring is Don Francisco. Alright, now the match should be back in place here. And then a clothesline onto Don Francisco. Is that enough? One. Nope. One count on Don Francisco. Woo, nice move. I believe that was a neckbreaker suplex. Oh, and then a kick right to the face, and that actually busted him open. Did the Godfather. Now the Godfather has been busted open. All it took was one move, just stomping on his face, and already the Godfather is already in a bloody mess. And then a fall-away slam onto the Godfather, and the Godfather is in serious pain right now. One, nope, kick out by the Godfather. And then a drop toe hold facebuster onto the Godfather. And now the Godfather is at the mercy of Don Francisco. I mean, I guess it's only natural that a Don would be beating up a Godfather, or vice versa, but it's a Don beating up a Godfather. Although the Godfather turns it around. Then a kick to the leg of the Godfather. And then some back elbows onto Don Francisco. And if you're the Godfather, now you're just going to try to survive as much as you can. And now, oh, wait a minute. Royal Flush. Royal Flush. He calls that spinning slam the Royal Flush. One. No! That would usually put away many a men, but that was not enough. I'm surprised he was able to kick out of that. And now, 1, 2, no, kick out by the Godfather. And now the Godfather just getting killed in that ring right now. And a full Nelson slam, using everything he had behind that. And now a submission attempt onto Don Francisco, and Don Francisco is going to need to reach the ropes in order to break the hold, or try to break it himself. Oh, and he got to the ropes, so it's a rope break. Oh, and then a back kick onto Don Francisco. by the Godfather, and is that enough? One, no, just a 1 count. I mean, Godfather had that Boston Crab, and he probably would have beaten him with it. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, look at the strength. Look at this. Wow! He just picked up a huge man. I mean, Don Francisco is no lightweight either. I mean, the man is huge. At least weight-wise he is. Although the Godfather is so out of it, I mean, I would have thought he would have taken advantage of it. But he didn't. And Don Francisco gets back into this match. Although Godfather fighting back. And then a back elbow onto the Godfather. Oh, nice move by the Godfather. And now a couple of fists right to Don Francisco. And a drop toe hold facebuster onto Don Francisco. And now, wait, he's got the camel clutch and it's in the center of the ring. And unless Don Francisco can break it himself, I don't like his chances here. And unfortunately, he tapped out and wait. I think Don Francisco was busted open not too long ago. I didn't see what happened there, but I just noticed he was bleeding right then and there. But the winner, by submission, is the Godfather. I seriously thought he had it lost, but instead, the Godfather has won. And for Don Francisco, I mean, his luck of trying to win a match has not been, he's having tough luck even winning a match. So that just goes to show that he's on a losing streak as it is. But for the Godfather, he wins. And up next will be the first of 2 semi-final matches, and you'll see one of them right after this.